Hi everyone, Comic Review here. This time reviewing on Injustice Year 1 comic review. Now, as you know, as we left off, Superman accidentally killed Lois, and now the whole world is going to be put in danger. Now, we're going to get on to the next part. It starts off how military officers are flying a drone in to attack a foreign nation, but just as they think they've succeeded, turns out Superman has shown up and destroyed the nuke. This caused the government to get angry with this, saying, and the target of the drone strike, a minor rebel leader. Estimate casualties, acceptable between 5 of 10 civilians. So they decide to do the most dumbest idea to provoke Superman into attacking them, is to send out Mirror Master to break in and take Clark's parents in. Jonathan! Martha! On the floor. Get your hands off her. I said on the floor, don't you make me hurt you, old man. And so he punches Mirror Master down, and in satisfaction, Mirror Master beats him up as getting revenge, and they take Clark's parents and burn down their house. So they manage to successfully get away. Well, pretty much Superman goes in and says, Mom! Dad! They're not here! What? If you hurt them, you'll what? Put your fist through my fucking chest? Seriously, that was some pretty dark stuff, lad. And so he says to them to stop what he's doing, or else they're gonna take matters into their own hands. So pretty much the whole Justice League get into action about this, and so they interrogate every Flash villain, Weather Wizard, Captain Boomerang, Gorilla Grodd, Captain Cold, and tells him there's a bar for supervillains, and he tells him to take it easy on the villains, as heroes weren't the only ones lost in Metropolis, probably meaning Steel and some others had probably lost their lives there as well. So pretty much they investigate the bar, and pretty much they see Mirror Master there saying, time to talk. Huh, Flash, see such a fast one. You sure don't look solo sometimes. And so just as then, Raven shows up, and they interrogate where they are, so they manage to find out where Clark's parents could be, eventually find them. And so, as the president goes in, he says, that was incredibly stupid. What? And so Superman tells him, Batman tells the president, you don't touch a man's parents. And so he points out that, let Batman handle this, he can make this right. So just then Clark escapes out of the mirror world with his mum and dad, and so they call on another idea on how to deal with things. Meanwhile, Wonder Woman is taking on military airplanes and so on, and pretty much taking down anything else. Well, Ares watches this saying, did you just headbutt a tank? Ares. And so, just then Wonder Woman lifts up tanks. Despite that, the soldiers don't have a chance against an Amazon who can pretty much deflect bullets. So, they pretty much flee away. And Ares tries to convince her that she can still do more. And just then Superman shows up saying, you dare? And so they take down Ares and leave him there. So meanwhile, Dick Grayson is training Damian Wayne, and just as Damian Wayne throws one of his battle sticks, Nightwing grabs it just in time. And so Superman says, that's not very sporting, Damian. How? And so Damian and Dick Grayson decide to leave. And pretty much Batman's talking with Superman saying, you've got to stop what you're doing, you have to stop this, this isn't right. And Superman's like, I have to stop what? Stop saving lives? Stop being a dictator to justice? You're scaring them. Good! So, pretty much, he says it's time that they should do what needs to be done. and that he blames Batman for what happened, saying, "Not every minute you let that madman live. How many more did you condone? Do you ever feel responsible? Did you feel guilty?" Every time. And you can tell deep down, Batman is just saying this just to please Superman, because he knows deep down Joker did a lot of things, but this was like something that he can't take back. And he's just saying it just to please him by saying that, and saying it's always just with one. So meanwhile, whalers are hunting whales. A hand reaches out saying, "Fear, pain." So Aquaman sees that the Japanese are hunting down whales and saying, "You!" So he pretty much lifts the tank over, causing all of them to tip over. One, Aquaman is an idiot. This is going to cause more trouble for Atlanteans and such. So pretty much Cyborg detects this, and so Hal Jordan, Shazam, and Wonder Woman get to work. And so Aquaman tries to reach out an army, interrogating one of the whalers and threatening him. Wonder Woman tries to talk with him, and yet one of them stupidly fire on Wonder Woman, and Wonder Woman tries to offer friendship, but one, shouldn't Aquaman technically said ceasefire or anything? And so Wonder Woman, taking it personally, punches Aquaman down and says, "I am so sick of words." So Aquaman calls on the whales, and so pretty much lifts Wonder Woman down and drags her down to the bottom of the sea. Now, one, that's kind of like a dark thing to do. I mean, you're technically going to kill someone by doing that. So pretty much, Batman and Bruce are talking, saying, "You loved him, didn't you? What? You're not sitting here in the dark moaning Metropolis, are you? You're mourning him. You're angry at me for taking the Joker away from you. That's it. Hide away behind your mask. You loved having him around. You constant nemesis. The two of you played your stupid little games and people died. You know that's not true. Then why didn't you stop him? Why did you let him do this to me, Bruce?" And so, meanwhile, the battle between Atlantis and the Justice League is not going well. So, Aquaman calls on his ultimate weapon. And meanwhile, Superman's pointing out, saying, "Did you ever think about the people Dick and Damien had as friends?" And so, after bringing that up, Batman punches him across the face. And it's kind of like him saying, "How dare you say that? How dare you bring that up?" And so, meanwhile, Aquaman has called on his ultimate weapon, the Kraken. And meanwhile, Superman, trying to be a bit more considerate, says, "Show me your hand." And so he pretty much fractured one of his fingers. And so Superman gets to action, and Batman decides to stay behind. Meanwhile, Alfred shows down, showing a bit of disapproval to Superman. So, meanwhile, Green Lantern managed to save all the whalers' ships, and despite the Justice League's best attempts, they've called on the heavy hitter, Superman, whom they managed to rescue the Justice League. Just then Superman takes him by the throat and says, "Call it off. They attacked us. Call it off now, Arthur. I don't want to hurt the creature. Farewell, but I will. Very well." So, pretty much after that, the battle was cooled down. But turns out Aquaman has led an invasion everywhere. The Golden Bridge, San Francisco, Rio, Brazil, Dubai. Now, I've been to Dubai, and it's actually quite nice there. I recommend it to anyone who's a fan of somewhat hot sandy beaches. So, Superman and the others get to work to stop Aquaman's invasion. So they do the most dumbest idea by lifting up Atlantis. No doubtly they're probably pregnant Atlantean women who no doubtly would have lost their children by this way. So they lift it up the whole area and leave it in the middle of the desert, where Batman talks to him on the computer saying, like, Clark, you can't do this and all that. So Wonder Woman explains to Aquaman that Superman lost Lois and he's taking down a dark path, but they're trying to be there for him. And he says, please tell Clark, tell him I'm sorry about Lois. Afterwards, Wonder Woman talks with Superman about everything Aquaman said, and he doesn't say about him offering his condolence. You can tell right now he doesn't. He's pretty much taking what Aquaman did to her personally. So I'm ending that part. So I give this. So in other words, if you like it, comment or subscribe. So comment review here. Signing out.